Okay, guys, take 3 on this video. I'm trying to learn how to do video with this neck mount, and either I'm putting my hands up too high or too low, or I'm dropping shit. Probably need some better reading glasses. Okay, so let's get into this. So somebody off the channel asked me on Facebook Messenger how to rig these Flash J. In other words, hollow minnows with a piece of tinfoil in them, just like this right here, and just like this little guy here. This is not the Flash J brand. This is the one I showed you on the last video from AliExpress. Okay, so these are the only 2 jig heads I use for as I'm doing my hover rigging. I use the Owner range roller, and the Owner range roller or the Ryuga Vespa. This is the version 2, the mono guard. You've seen the range roller before on here. The Vespa, main reason why I use it, let me get it clear so you can see. It's just like the range roller, almost most of the weight is up top. But if you see how the line tie is, it's horizontal. It's not vertical, going back and forth, it's horizontal, which means that the range roller has kind of fixed it by using a piece of lead. See how it's got the lead in the front, so the knot doesn't come sit down this side of the range roller. So when that knot comes over here and sits on this side, when you make that cast, sometimes when you cast really hard, that knot's going to fling over to the side. It's going to mess up your whole cast. It's not going to do the side-to-side motion you want to because the knot's not on top. Or if you lose a loop knot or if you use a snap, you ain't got to worry about it at all. But if you're tying straight to the knot, to the jig head, which you can do using these jig heads, you don't have to do like a loop knot. Sometimes you can get better action with a loop knot. But one of the main reasons why I use a loop knot is for that purpose. But you see, with this jig head, it makes your line tie stay on the top. And also with this jig head, it makes your line tie stay on the top. All right, so let's show you how to rig these up. Let's start with the small guy. This is the ones I rigged from the previous 2 videos. Previous video, I mean. So here's these 2 rigged. Let's see if I can do a better job of keeping this in front of the camera for you. So here's your little hook. Here's your bait. You're going to come in. You're going to come into the top part of the head. You're going to come down. You're going to bring the hook out the jig, out the bait. Then you're going to go back into the bait. All right, and that's probably about far enough right there. Let's bring the bait up on the hook. And what that does, I brought it down a teeny bit too far, but it's still pretty straight. Now let's do it. Let's make sure it's right, because I'm a perfectionist. I don't like stuff to not sit right. So let's bring it back about 1/8 of an inch. Probably right there is perfect for it. Yep, there we go. That's how I want it to sit. Now, do you see where that little hook came out of the bait? What that does is it locks the bait on your hook. Of course, this little Ryuga has 2 little wire keepers, as you can see. But now, even with those 2 little wire keepers and with the hook going through it, that little bait is not going anywhere. And just like with this one, if you're doing the bigger bait, you're going to take your range roller. You're going to come in the upper part of the nose, right here. You do the same thing on the drift fry. You do the same thing on the Flashy J. You want your hook to be in the upper part of the body. You're going to come down. On the bigger ones, I like to come down to about right there. Let's see, make sure you can see it. It's about a little more than 1/2 inch back. I like to bring my hook point out. Then I bring it back down. I put my hook point back in. Make sure you're staying in the middle. Then we're going to keep going down Then we're going to pop out about right there. And we're going to come up. Okay, I came back a teeny bit too far, so we're going to like to pinch it and pull it over top of this bar because I don't want to tear it. I came back a teensy weensy bit too far, so we're going to come bring it back out the same hole you came out of. And that's some evolution if you can go back in the same hole you came out of. Wow. Sorry. All right. Whoops, I'm not showing on camera. See, I'm doing it again. But I think you got the idea. So now it's perfectly straight. See how it comes out? Then comes back out. My hook is in the upper part of the bait. You really can't see the hook down here in the foil at all. And you don't want to see the hook down here in the foil at all. You want it to be in the upper part of the bait. You want it to stay in the upper part of the bait. Now, see, this bait's not going nowhere. And you're going to be able to catch fish over fish after fish with it. Unless you start catching some toothy critters. And then it's probably going to take it. What this does is that, like I said, these hooks, or these jig heads, they keep your line tie on the top. It doesn't come to the front. And because the weight is up higher, it has a higher center point of gravity. So it's going to rock just like this as it's going through the water. Usually on the bigger ones like this, I still fish these on like a BFS rod. But usually it's like a medium light or a medium, or light I mean. I fish it with usually 0.8 go with 8-pound leader. And on the little one like this. Now actually this little hook right here is a stout little hook. This little Ryuga, you can't, and it's really sharp, but be careful with that little booger because it will pierce you. You can have your earring in your finger if you want to. But you can see how the weight is on the top part of the bait, just like with the range roller. You see where the hook kind of comes out and up. So this is going to basically do the same little side to side, and you got your line tie where it's going to sit up on the top. It's not going to come to the forward. It won't mess your cast up. And this little guy here will catch you a lot of fish. I fish this on, usually I fish this on a light with a 0.6 go with 6-pound leader. 6-pound fluorocarbon leader. And that's pretty much my hover rig as far as like the jig head goes, as far as hover rigging go with a jig head. Now I do like the core tackle, but the core tackle is not really what you call a true hover rig. It kind of centralizes the weight dead in the middle. It doesn't really do the rock back and forth. I have gotten to do it a little bit before. The best way you can get the hover rig to do the rock back and forth is either use a really good knot, a loop knot, or a snap. But if you basically tie like a regular knot to that, the hover rig, I've not been able to get it to do like a perfect side to side. Now, one thing it does do a nice glide. It does excuse me. I had cabbage last night. I was trying to come back for vengeance. Sorry about that. The hover rig by Core Tackle, it likes to, now I got hiccups. Sorry. Of course, the third take of this video, it wants to give me hiccups. Anyway, back to the point. The Core Tackle, it likes to go side to side on the glide. Now, the Core Tackle, you can use these baits in it as well. I have noticed with these hollow baits, it tears the nose up really bad and the whole bait comes on. You go through baits really fast. Now with these, another good thing about these, if you're using like the regular hover rig, you put your hook in, then you put your nail weight through the little, whoops, I'm out of the camera again. You put your hook in right here, and then you put your little nail weight in the mouth right here. See the little mouth? But one thing I like to do is I have got the bait fuel injector, and I'll inject a little bit of bait fuel in his butt and a little bit of bait fuel in his mouth, especially if the bite's really tough. And don't tell nobody that secret, guys. That little secret is pretty potent. And don't think you have to have forward facing to use these. I fish these from the bank. If I'm fishing from the bank or if I'm on the boat, this is one of my go-tos. I've been using it for years. I mean, it was kind of a little bit sad when all that stuff started coming out and people start bringing this technique over, because I'd already been using this technique. Matter of fact, my last tournament that I won on Jordan was using this technique. It was not on this bait. It was on the Yum sonar minnow. That's another good little bait. It's a solid plastic bait. It's not a hollow bait. One thing this little bait will do for you better is it actually sits in place. It floats a lot better. That's one thing using the Last Tech. But Last Tech just doesn't look this nice. But you only go through like one bait with the Last Tech. That's the difference. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I know it probably still hasn't been that good with me trying to use this new neck thing. Sorry I got all these boxes sitting out here. I've been trying to go through some stuff. I'm getting ready to pack back up the 2 mystical lure reels to send back to Pure Lure. I'm going to do another video on that here pretty soon. And I got to go over some stuff with Pure Lure that I found to be kind of disturbing. Yeah, I'm not sure I can recommend them anymore. All right, guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If y'all can see these. I'm trying to do it better, right? If you don't like this video, give me a thumbs down. But, I mean, what am I doing? I'm not the best cameraman. Anyway. What else? Subscribe to the channel. Know you like watching it. I got a lot of people watching videos that's not subscribed. It don't bother me. Y'all do what you gotta do. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna do I found my final bank rods that I'm gonna have like a behind the seat in the truck. And I'm gonna do a video on that. I gotta do the chatterbait video. Sorry, this past week some of my kids one got sick one day, the one got sick the next day, and I was dealing with sick kids most of the week. Today was the first day I was actually able to get out of the house and go to grocery shopping. I was actually at the lake for like an hour when I got called and got told to come pick up my kid. I was like, that's nice. I had to put the boat back up and go get him. Well, I got him with the boat. All right, guys. Till next time, tight lines, and I'll catch you on the next one.